Marie-Josée Talou first, DINA Asher Smith, cousin Dina, second, and Shericka Jackson third. So can I ask, is Shericka Jackson playing Possum? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue to go. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button. And finally, leave your thoughts after this sports analysis where we take a look at and we break down the races. So, ready? Yep, good to go. Well, today's marquee event at the London Diamond Leagues, the women's 100 meters, which featured Shericka Jackson versus Sha'Carri Richardson versus Marie-Josée Talou, as well as the likes of DINA Asher Smith and Aaliyah Hobbs, did not occur because of a hamstring injury. Sha'Carri Richardson was pulled from the event. However, the matchup between Shericka Jackson, DINA Asher Smith, and Marie-Josée Talou did take place. And even absent Sha'Carri Richardson, this was a matchup that I believe is reflective of some of the top people who will be there at the finals in Budapest. At the tape, it was Marie-Josée Talou of Côte d'Ivoire who won in a time of 10.75, a meet record and season's best for the athlete. DINA Asher Smith of Great Britain shone brightly like a morning star with a new season's best in second place of 10.85, with Shericka Jackson coming third in 10.94. Daryl Neat of Great Britain came fourth in 10.96, a season's best. Aaliyah Hobbs of the United States came fifth in 10.99, with Twanisha Terry, better known as TT Terry, coming sixth in 10.99, a season's best for her. This is how it unfolded.
8. They moving at the block there, really good start. Matcha Smith, she's got the jump there on Jackson. Matcha Smith, she's got the jump there on Jackson. Jackson is strong and coming back at her, but here comes Talou. Is Talou going to get there? Yes, she is. Talou takes it.
Now, what must be immediately evident is that Shericka Jackson had a horrific start. She was pretty much left in the blocks. And you know what? We're going to talk about that later. Now, in her last 100 meter, she succumbed to Sha'Carri Richardson coming second. This, of course, was at the Cilicia Diamond League, where Richardson came first in 10.76 and Jackson came second in 10.78.
Do go the way well. Sivoda with her Shericka Jackson in the middle, trying to stretch away from Richardson. Richardson digging deep. Richardson coming good in the close.
Now, I know that most of us are waiting to see Shericka Jackson reproduce and or better this 10.65 that you're watching that she ran at the Jamaican National Championships earlier this year, well, about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, and we just haven't seen it. Sha'Carri Richardson was handed a flogging from this young lady, Julian Alfred. Of course, Sha'Carri Richardson had been running several races. Shelley and Fraser Price seems to be slowly rounding into form, not quite yet at that that sub 10.7 form that we'd seen before. And you know what? This, of course, is my 2 cents. First up, DINA Asher Smith looked really good. She's rounding back into form. You know, I'm a big DINA Asher Smith fan, and I've always said you cannot count the Great Britain's fastest female athlete all time in the 100 and 200 meters out. She's a phenomenal talent. She looked really, really good to me in this instance. Great run by her. Congratulations to cousin Dina. Yes, because you know her mother is Trinidadian and Jamaican, and her father is Jamaican. So yeah, she's our cousin. She's Yardi. She's a Jamaican. And Marie-Josée Talou of the Côte d'Ivoire is just a phenomenal athlete, consistent as the day is long. Been running somewhere around that 10.79 between the 10.74 to 10.75 to 10.78. Very consistent, great athlete, certainly a major factor and a medal contender at the upcoming World Championships. Like I said, this World Championship may be one of the most open in a very long time because Fraser Price is really, she still is not anywhere near what she was last year. So let's talk about why I'm asking. Do you think that Shericka Jackson is playing possum? Now, that's an American phraseology. The possum is an animal that one of the ways it defends itself is when it's being attacked, it lies down and plays dead. It outsmarts its predators. Most predators want the animal to run. They want a live animal. So it plays dead and most predators leave it alone. So that's where the term, playing possum. So is something is happening here? Because I watched that 100 meters and tell me if I'm wrong. Now, first of all, she got a horrific start. Clearly the problem that she's having is her start. The start was horrific. But beyond that, something very strange happened in mid-race. About 50 meters in, she seemed to stop running to me. She was making no effort. In fact, at one point, heading towards the line at the last 70, between the 70 meter mark and the 100 meter mark. And maybe this is just me wanting to see this. She seemed to have sped up and then slow down. Almost as if she said, well, I don't want to win. I don't want to go too fast. I mean, seriously, what do you think? This was a very odd race to me. And then at the end of the race, she was smiling, she was relaxed, she didn't look stressed, she looked happy. And then I remembered what happened when she ran that the 21.85 the other day in the 200 meters. And clearly she wasn't supposed to do that. And I'm pretty sure she looked as if, whoa, why did I run that fast? I think she's playing possum. Now, I know some of the detractors are going to say, of course you're going to say that because that's what you want to believe. She was, I even heard one of the commentators said she's a shadow performance. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard anyone say. She wasn't running. I don't understand. First of all, she got a terrible start. But beyond the terrible start, beyond 50 meters, she wasn't really making much of an effort. And at the end of the race, she didn't look as if she didn't seem to care, really. I don't understand. Let me tell you something. I've said to you repeatedly, at this stage, there's a lot of head games going on. I'm not even sure if Sha'Carri Richardson was actually injured. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff happening that we're not aware of. And I find it odd that if you run 10.65, and I want you to remember her expression when she ran at 10.65, she was also surprised. I mean, I just have a feeling in my gut that she's being told, don't let them see your card. Don't let them see your hand. It's like everybody's playing poker. And you don't want people to see your hand. Now, of course, I know you're going to say, of course, you're going to want to say that and whatever, because, but people, you can't run 10.65. You run 2 days ago, you run a 200 meter, you run one of the fastest times in the world for 2023 season. You run the fastest time in the world so far in 100 meter of 10.65. And then you're meandering around these times. Something is up. She's not injured. She doesn't look stressed. She looks quite relaxed. She looked actually happy at the end of the race. She seemed perfectly fine. I'm going to go back to what I'm saying. It's either, and I know they do this where they say just work on this, work on this, work on this. She could be exhausted. It could be jet lag because, she's been all over the place. That's also a major factor. But she just didn't seem to make much of an effort. And the only thing I saw her do was say, I can't come fourth. I may at least come third. And then she made an effort. Go back, watch the race. Tell me if it's my imagination. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. Do you think, is it that she's playing possum or am I seeing doubles? Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Remember, your royals, kings, and queens. Bless up!